Hey, everyone. Welcome to our Lunch and Learn today. I am so excited about this call today for so many reasons. But number one, my friend Dimitriy is with me from API Nation. And by the way, we're going to talk to you about how to save some time and money today and connect some things that you've never thought were connected before. Dimitri's going to teach you a lot of stuff. He's way smarter than I am when it comes to technology. He can actually tell you what an API is, what an integration is, how it works. It's going to be quite the fun time today. But first and foremost, as you know, I'm a foodie. What are y'all having for lunch today? What is going on? Dimitriy, have you had lunch today?
No, but I'm, we're in San Diego. I'm excited to go get some tacos after this. So it's always a great for Southern California. It's get some great tacos. That's always a win for lunch.
Tacos are a good answer, my friend. A really, really good answer. I had my second breakfast about 2 hours ago, so I'm starving right now. It's time to get back to the kitchen and make something really, really good. But anyway, Dimitriy, well, welcome today. Thank you for being here. I'm looking forward to starting to just get to it. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you, Joe, for having us. Excited to meet everyone who's joining the conversation, everyone who's checking us out through a live stream.
Yeah. Awesome.
Where would you like to start, Joe?
Well, I want to start with the basics, like really, really basics. Sure. Like, what's an API?
Yeah, let's talk about that. So, API is an acronym, stands for Application Programming Interface. And it really enables two different computer programs to communicate with each other. So, one of the most common examples, right, in terms of, making it simple of what is an API is to think about, let's say you walked into a diner and you sat down at a table. So you want to place an order, and there's a kitchen who wants to receive your order and make the meal and give it back to you. What's missing is that communication chain or the waiter. And so the waiter in this case is the API that's going to come to you, receive your order, write it down, process it, take it back to the kitchen. The kitchen's going to cook it, and the waiter's going to take it back and give you the food. And so that's how the communication language works between the two systems. One system wants to send certain data to another system. It has to be processed, sent, received by that system, and then that system maybe wants to send information back to the first system. And that's what APIs allow us to do. And of course, it's all relative to all of the fields that the two different systems make available. But we essentially work as that translator, connecting things, making sure that the systems can talk to each other.
Okay. So is an integration and an API the same thing?
So an integration is the process by which that connectivity happens. An API is what is just that interface that allows you to connect and create that integration.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I know everybody's asking the question like, well, why are you even talking about APIs and integrations today? What's the deal? And, I want to start with this. Listen, API Nation, that is their world. They create the integrations between technology platforms, and lots of them, including Mailbox Power. And if you haven't heard that API Nation's doing this, that's why we're here today to talk about this. They've done a lot of work, folks, a lot of work to help you with your Mailbox Power account integrate with other platforms you may be using. And one of them, like KV Core, right? I mean, that's a monster for our real estate professionals that are out there. But Dimitriy, would you mind if I just I'm going to share your screen. I'm going to put your screen up here so you can kind of start talking about what is even available to our Mailbox Power users and how can they, let's just talk about this stuff. So what integrations are available for Mailbox Power? All right.
Yeah, absolutely. And Joe, if you want to drop maybe that Get API Nation link in the comments, so if people want to follow through and check it out as I'm talking.
Yeah, folks, if you're interested in where to find out more information, just go here, go www.getapination.com. That'll get you everywhere.
Yeah. And so let's talk a little bit about who's API Nation and the different integrations that you can get. So we are an integration marketplace where we already have pre-built integrations that you could come and buy out the box with pre-mapped for you, everything set up. And typically you're able to complete this process in 4 to 6 clicks. 2 clicks are for connecting the two different apps. One click is basically for just setting up any kind of filters or anything you want. And then one click is to start running the integration, and one click is to check out. So it makes it very simple and straightforward. Later in our presentation, we're going to give you a link where we're hosting a training where we actually are going to take you through how to set everything up. And we're doing that tomorrow at around 2 p.m. Pacific. So we'll drop that link. So if you stick around, you can get that, sign up, attend it tomorrow. Perfect. It's a free session. But today we're going to keep it just overarchingly about, kind of in the macro level, what happens, what do we have available, right? So for everyone who kind of goes, hey, I want to dig deeper, that's tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific. Perfect. It's free. Perfect. We have predominantly been in the real estate world. We are going to be expanding and adding more things that are related to real estate as we continue to grow. But today, there's a few things that we really streamline for realtors and people who work in the real estate industry. Some of the best examples of integrations are taking leads from, let's say, sources like, I'm sorry, guys, if I'm moving a little fast here as people are enjoying their lunch, but Zillow, Realtor.com, and connecting them to CRMs, right? We have Realtor.com, we have various other sources, but those are the two that I'll mention that are, everyone knows Zillow and Realtor.com. And we'll be able to connect them into systems as, like KW Command or KV Core, Boomtown, Follow Up Boss. These are popular ways to get things connected. We also have Facebook integration leads. Then, we're able to take and send data from CRMs to transaction management tools. We're like .loop, SkySlope, DocuSign. We're able to take data then and send from these transaction management systems to various calendars. Send it to a Google Sheet in case you want to measure the performance of your team from both CRMs and transaction management. You want to be able to get greater feel for your contacts. You can have that available to you in a Google Sheet. And of course, if you want to just for compliance reasons have a copy of the data in your transactions, you're able to send that to Google Drive. And then, of course, we have systems like Mailbox Power, where we've launched a tremendous amount of integrations because we're fundamental believers that, once you've secure a client, you want to be able to nurture, develop a great relationship. And I think the Mailbox Power, Joe, you guys have done an amazing job of creating a product that, people love. And it's generating tremendous value, right? Not only for people who use it, but the people who also receive those gifts, right? Yeah. And the cards, because it's one, we all love to receive things, right? So that's a win. And two, there's tremendous value there, right? I mean, I as a homeowner, I have certain cards and things that I get for realtors where I'm like, okay, when I'm ready to make that decision, I like what they did here, and I have them laying around just in case. When I'm awesome. Like I said, when I'm ready to make that decision, I already have some people lined up. So it is more of a, sometimes when you're sending these things out, it's more a long tail, but it definitely, from my experience, it's definitely a win
Dimitriy,
for agents.
I love seeing all these things here that are already done. I mean, these are everything you've done for Mailbox Power. Like is that go high level or high level? What is that?
Yeah, go high level.
Wow. So somebody makes a purchase and you can automatically send them a gift or a card that says thank you. And then we get down here to KV Core, KW Command. These are stock, applications that most realtors are using. And what you're saying is you're getting your Mailbox Power account one time, connect it to here, and you're done.
Yep. And let me give you a couple of great things that we've seen you. So, obviously, you got your CRMs, right? You're getting those leads, you're nurturing them. Yep. You want to be able to engage them more. We have various CRM connections, including, as Joe keep mentioning, KV Core, KW Command, Follow Up Boss, Chime, Brevity, Boomtown, major leaders. But the other thing I think is very interesting is we also have like Google Contacts and iPhone Contacts. So let's say that you have a really good book, and this could be if you're in the real estate industry or you're not, but you have a quality book of contacts that you've developed. And maybe you even have it in a Google Sheet as well, or you're trying to maintain a Google Sheet. And you have the birthdays, you have other events that, Google Contacts allows you to put some birthdays and things in there. And you want to be able to connect that and just automatically send just a happy birthday card to people and just, set it automatically where you don't have to think twice about it, right? That's great. Or you want to send data from various sources populating into a Google Sheet and send it into Mailbox Power, you're able to do that. And we're currently we're one-time based. So what that means is you don't have to worry about the number of contacts you send or how many workflows you create or how many filters. It's $10 a month, unlimited contacts, and off you go. So it's very easy to understand your cost structure and very affordable, especially for people who have a lot of contacts and things. The other part that we're excited. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
Love it. I see Lion Desk there too. That's another one
Yes.
where, you know, so many of those folks that are using Lion Desk are like, how do we integrate? And here's the answer. It's right here. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. And, you know, the other thing that we're excited about is these transaction management systems. So when you close the transaction, that close date or whatever date defines that things are completed for you, depending on what transaction system you use, but we have that integrated as well, so that you now have that closing date as that anniversary date. Those are connected, and now you're able to send that out. And you know, I think you guys call it the ultimate closing.
Ultimate closing gift. Yeah.
You boom, right there. It's directly from your transaction management for 2.5 years. You stay top of mind. And then if you have never used it, you can connect your entire list from these systems and generate that. And it's a huge win. I'm a big fan of that ultimate closing gift. You know, the 2.5 years system. I think you guys have done an amazing job of creating a product that just drives value, like I said, for both the agents and the users.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, really, really good stuff. Well, can we talk about, like, I mean, I've been to your YouTube channel, man, and there's just a lot of information there. What can people expect to find there?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up, Joe. So every one of these integrations, majority of them, I would say probably about 90+%, we have a video for it. So if you look and you go, well, I'm not the most technological person. How do I set this up? Or what happens? You go to our YouTube channel. We have videos set up, various integrations on that walk you through. They're anywhere between 3.5 to 6 minute videos that take you step by step on how to connect. And if you still have any questions, there's always this live chat that you can engage us with, and we'll talk about other support things there. But we're here to help you. We're here to walk you through. Again, the videos will make it clear on how to set things up. Any questions, live chat. The one thing I'll say is that as you go through, if there's a mapping field or something that maybe you don't see on here, you can just go to like I said, go back to our site, click this request an app, type in the product that you want to have integrated, give us an opportunity to go look at their API documentation, discuss with them how, what their current API strategies. And we have a list we're working through, and we're adding integrations consistently. So
awesome.
I say all of that to just make it clear that if you see something and you go, well, how does this work? We got our YouTube channel, we got our live chat. If you don't see something, you got the request app. And then Joe was great. We have a video we did together where Joe took us through on, can you scale your business with Mailbox Power? Mm-hmm. And we're building out various playlists around topics that are industry specific. And so if you want to just learn more about what companies are doing to help you scale as an agent and as a broker, what other agents or brokers are doing, we have a playlist that discuss those topics as well. These are all free videos. Go in, check them out. We're just we want to drive value and educational knowledge there to continue to help people grow.
Awesome. Well, Dimitriy, I mean, how should agents approach this integration, for their business? Like, what should they do? What are the steps?
Yeah, great question, Joe. So, and maybe here we can go off sharing for a minute, so I could just
yeah, absolutely, yeah, a little more FaceTime, right?
Yeah, a little more FaceTime.
Right on.
Am I moving a little slow there with my or is that just me? No, it looks like it was just me on my end.
Yeah.
So what I encourage people to think about, and this is not just for real estate agents, it's for any industry, right? You're in business, right? There's different elements of your business. I encourage people to take a sheet of paper and just write down, okay, what's my lead gen process? What's my lead nurturing process? What's my conversion process like? Okay, once I convert them, we'll stick in the real estate industry just to kind of stay focused on the processes. What's my transaction management process? Okay, now What's my closing process in that? What happens afterwards? How do we do our accounting? Then what happens to make sure that we keep this client engaged, right? What's our closing gift and continuous follow-up? And you write all this out. And number one, it will be a great exercise for you as a business owner and as a salesperson, as an agent, because now you're going to start to understand, well, wait a minute, if I can't explain it to myself, there might be a gap here. Or if I'm still going through and ideating this as I'm writing this down, I may need to focus on this process.
Yeah.
The second thing that starts to happen is you go, I'm spending a lot of time doing this, but it works. Can I automate this? Is there a way for me to increase efficiency? Now, historically, a lot of people went out, they hired admins, they might have got virtual assistants, and that's still great on certain processes. But now you can actually take the components where you're stuck in the mud with data, meaning you're getting tremendous leads, but they're coming by email, or you're getting these CVS and your sheets, and you're kind of like, I just wanted to show up in my CRM, or I wanted to go into my, a MailChimp or Constant Contact, or even, Mailbox Power to send out gift, card just to stay on the radar. And I don't want to think about it. I just wanted to go in, generate a campaign, and off we go. And that's where you circle those areas. You go to API Nation site, you look for the apps you're using, and you start to go, okay, can I integrate exactly what I need and speed this up? Because as someone involved in sales, you want to be on the second half of the funnel, right? Where you have your lead process figured out, you have your follow-ups figured out, and you want the people who are most engaged to pop up and engage them as fast as possible so you can close more deals. And that's where we want to really help you, is streamline the process to automate your leads, your nurturing process, so that, boom, things can pop up and people go, hey, I want to work with you. Help me sell my home. Or, yeah, I'm interested in buying. Help me buy a home. And on that other process where, okay, we started a transaction. How do we manage through that? How do we manage through accounting? And, hey, congratulations, you closed the deal. They say that 8 people buy / sell homes 8 to 13 years in America, depending on the economic conditions and, whatever study you may read. But 8 to 13 years is a good range. So if you think about, you close that deal with the client, and let's say you're fortunate to have about a 40-year run in your real estate career. That's 4 to 5 additional transactions that you're going to get with that customer. Yeah. So making sure that you have a process where you can engage them on an ongoing basis and provide value is important, because it's not one sale. It's potentially 4 sales. And that person has friends and family, work colleagues. If they could sing about you like a canary and just amazing experience they had, it's not 4 transaction anymore. It might be 8, 6, 12. It's becomes a powerful lead.
Yeah.
So that's how I encourage people to approach it. Write it out, circle the areas, come look at Ken, you got me laughing there with that comment. threw me off a little bit as I'm presented here.
Well, you know what, Dimitriy, I got to tell you, there's 2 guys that are watching us right now, Kelly Wheeler and Ken Walls, and they're both techies. And these are super, super smart folks right here that are, watching us, and they both use this platform. And I know that both of them, have maybe used Zapier or something like that to eliminate some of the steps, as a part of the process. But, this is so much more. What API Nation has done is so much more than just a Zap. This is an actual integration with our platform and the platform you're using. And I got to say this, when you use Mailbox Power, you are already eliminating a lot of what other people used to do. And, I'm just going to say it, for instance, here. I'm a real estate agent. And what I used to do is I used to handwrite a birthday card or a thank you card, or I didn't do it at all. And I paid somebody to do it, or I just paid somebody to do it. And now that process is completely automated on our side. But now we're going to eliminate even that, right? Because now it's going to come right out of the CRM they're using, and it's just going to push, boom, done and over. And that CRM is also identifying when something closes. Something closes that, really should execute another automation, and boom, and it's just done. You even have to, I'm not trying to tell all your users, listen to me for a minute. I want you to come back and look at mailbox power on occasion, but I also want to eliminate you having to log in every single time to send something. That I don't want you to do that. I want you to go to API Nation and get this integration working for you. I know, like I said, some of these folks that are on this call right now have already integrated with other platforms long before you showed up, Dimitriy. So they're probably going, "What? He did that?" Yep. Yeah. And even Ken, I hate Zapier, too complicated.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah. And thank you for that, Joe. And I think that's important that, the world of integration is evolving, right? There's a lot of things that are happening. I can't stress enough about that. How we see the world is exactly how I described it, where it's simple, it's engaging, where this concept of, okay, what is an API? People don't even have to think about it. What they have to think about is, okay, I have this business process and I'm winning with it. But it's now getting to a point where I'm becoming an administrator of this business process, where I'm working in the business instead of on the business. And I want to help people, help pull people out and get them back to working on the business, right? Where they're winning and continue to drive value for their clients and revenue for themselves. And, so let's talk about maybe how we help people today and how we, if the people don't see an integration, that's available, what can they do, and what can they expect from us in the coming?
Well, I'm excited
in the coming months.
We're talk about some training, aren't we? And a free training.
Yeah, we are. So if we want to go back to sharing the screen, I want to share just a couple of things. So as I mentioned before, if you come on here and you have any questions, right, you can engage us in live chat. You can also send, and Joe, maybe you could post a support at API Nation.
Yep.
We also work with Andrea Shepard, right? And she's been a great help, where she's a mailbox power trainer and knowledgeable person. And she's worked with us on various integrations. She can, drive value there. And Gabe, who's our director of marketing, and Andrea are going to be doing a training tomorrow. Joe, if we could post that as well. Well, like I mentioned, they're actually going to take you through and set up various integrations and talk about, this process. Now, if you don't see an integration that an application that you want to integrate right now, please fill out the request app, where we have a massive list of integrations that we're adding. As I mentioned, right now, we're predominantly focused on the real estate, but we're launching a few things here especially in the Q1 of 2023, that are going to give us an ability to really produce more integrations pretty rapidly. So tell us now what you would like to have integrated, because we're going to prioritize the information that's coming in and the demand that we're seeing for certain apps and be launching those. So if you have that experience with some other integration party where you're like, I don't know, the support is not there, or the mapping is getting confusing, I just want it simple, or your pricing model works better, or hey, I want it built this way, reach out, let's talk. And if for any reason, we may not respond to that inquiry immediately, just know that we have this list. We are, sometimes we'll get overloaded with inquiries after with sessions, but we always do reach out, maybe if it's a month or some later, and go, hey, we're getting ready to start working on this. We need your help. You mentioned that you're interested in helping the setup. How about a conversation on what you need this to look like, or would you be happy to participate as a beta user? So, like I said, learn about it tomorrow more in depth in terms of how to actually set it up with Gabe and Andrea. If you can't attend, no worries. We always do training sessions. So come in and just, maybe fill out the request app form, get into our marketing. And we do these sessions in general about once a week to twice a week right now. So, and we got great feedback. People love it.
Awesome. Well, let's go through some questions. Dimitriy, do you mind? Yeah, the audience has a few questions. So Geraldine McDonald is asking, does using API Nation eliminate the need for Zapier?
So I think that there are two different types of platform. We both do integrations, but there are two different types of platform, in the sense that Zapier is industry agnostic, right? There's a lot of stuff there. It's a bit more complicated, but they certainly do have certain integrations that we may not have, because we're real estate specific, right? Right now, we're driving on real estate. And our integrations come pre-mapped, where you have to do a lot of more mapping there. So I would say it's it's like almost a decision between a Netflix and your cable provider. Like, you probably want both for entertainment because you get one value here and one value here. That's the way I could describe it. Like, if you're a sports fan, but you also don't maybe want to deal with the cable, maybe you do some buckets. So I see we have a lot of users who use both for various reasons. So it's doesn't fully eliminate it, but we provide better value in terms of easier mapping, simplified setup, and more focus and knowledge on the specific industry.
Okay. Next question. How is the Go high level integration? I'm not even sure how to answer that, but I'm assuming you can push data over to Mailbox Power at any point of the process. And
it's right now you're able to send high level contacts to Mailbox Power. There's a filter that's set up for you as well. Okay. And if you come into that training tomorrow, I can make sure that that's one of the products that's showcased in the training.
Awesome. Right on. Love it. Love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
There's a question about.
Yeah, I've got another question here. I'm working my way from the top down. So says I want to be able to think about sending a card gift and have it go, or tell my Alexa to send a card to someone, and bam, it's on its way. I'm assuming we're not there yet.
We're not there yet. Okay. But that is an interesting scenario to eventually integrate Amazon's Alexa and have it do activity. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cool stuff. All right. Let's see. HubSpot. Yes. HubSpot's a question mark. We already have an integration written for HubSpot, but let's chat.
Yeah. We're going to be, so Bob, we're probably going to have HubSpot here in the next few, probably in a month and a half that we're going to be able to do. And then, so if you want to, maybe Bob, after this, send me an email. I'd love for you to reach out to you, as I mentioned. And when we get to that point, maybe you're part of the early beta.
Got it. Okay. Here's the real estate marketing ninja, Kelly Wheeler's asking, can you integrate Google Maps to add a picture of the receiver's home on the card?
We haven't got a request for Google Maps before. That is a very interesting question.
We
have to look.
Agents, I know what he's going after. Here's what he's going after, and all real estate agents: for sale by owner. Those crazy folks that think they can sell their own homes, which 88% of them fail and end up with a real estate agent anyway. A lot of what they like to do and what's working with Mailbox Power is they basically send a picture of the home on the front of a envelope, and it guarantees that homeowner is going to open it. So yeah, got it. Okay. Hey, he's also saying to GeoFarm as well. So yeah. Makes sense. Okay. Yeah. We're not there yet. Yeah. Good stuff though, right?
Yeah, no, I think these are great questions. Wondering what's the best way to capture this.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
You're good. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Thank you. Does the Go High Level apply to the white label program like Pipeline Pro?
Yes. So if you go back and share, we have the lead connector. That's for the white label version. And if you're using Pipeline Pro, just go through lead connector and you should be able to get that set up.
Awesome. Right on. Love it. Questions answered. I love having smart people with me to answer those questions because I just don't know. One of these days I'll dig in and maybe go play with that a little bit. So awesome. Well, Dimitriy, anything we've left out? I want to say one thing really quick. Andrea Shepard, who is watching, she is a certified training partner at Mailbox Power, and she is also our integration expert and trainer. So if you're looking for something, some knowledge there, you really, really want to get deeper than what we've gotten today, which is entirely possible, go to getapination.com and you'll get directly connected with her. And she can help you with, a lot of your questions, any of your questions, actually. So awesome. Anything else? What have we forgotten?
I think we covered everything. So I think appreciate
we're pretty thorough.
Yeah, we got straight to the point. Hopefully everyone enjoyed their lunch. I know I'm excited to go get some tacos like we talked about. So,
seriously. I've been drooling to get to the kitchen, man. It's that time. So awesome.
Yeah,
well, Dimitriy, any last words?
First of all, again, thank you, Joe and the Mailbox Power team. I think you guys are doing an amazing job. Love the product. Thank you to everyone who came today and live streamed us. I can't reiterate enough. If you have any questions, please reach out. We want to learn more about the integration needs of our clients. And, if we built something and maybe a certain mapping is not available from a particular application, let us know. We're constantly engaged with various tech partners, constantly talking to customers. If you don't see some available now, please know we're working on making it happen. So
awesome.
And come to the training tomorrow.
There you go. Come to the training. And by the way, the link is in the comments. You'll find it. If you can't find it on the platform you're at, go to our YouTube page. That's youtube.com/mailbox power, where you can find all of these lunch and learns, where you can find the most pertinent content and information that we have to deliver, because that's what we do weekly with this lunch and learn, 11 a.m. Pacific. That is the time for this call. We will see you next week. Thank you, Dimitriy. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody who gave us a half hour of their time today. I know it's your most valuable asset, and we appreciate it very much. Have a great day. Thank you.
Yep.